Arkansas. All sports. It's more sports.
On everybody, I'm Wess. More Friday night is finally here, and we are ready for some high school football. And we got some good games tonight. It's a light schedule. A lot of teams using this Friday night as their bye week after playing the first 3 weeks. They'll use the bye week and get ready for conference play next week. But there are still some good games tonight, and some teams playing their final non-conference game before conference play begins for them next week. So let's talk about some of the great games that we have tonight. Thomas Thrash joins us from Hooten's Arkansas football. Thomas, what's going on, man? How are you? You ready to
nothing
roll?
much. It is a light week. I think there's like 25 games, so it's tough. It's good for covering, everybody. But a lot of teams are taking off this week.
You said 25? That's the total?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's give or take, maybe 30. But, there's normally 100.
Your scoreboard operators, and by the way, you guys do a great job with your
thank you.
Your scoreboard. So I want to give you a shout out. We've been using that on More Sports on Friday nights. But
so they've been watching the live stream. When you go to our website, you can click on the live stream, and we got everybody's live stream going. So they've got a TV here. They've got a massive TV here. We got 3 monitors, and they've got like 40 games going. And last week our internet crashed because we had 30 games on the TV going. And so anyway, it's I think they do a good job. The First Security Bank scoreboard is I think it's the best. I may be a little biased.
That's okay. It's good to be biased. And Thomas giving us a little behind the scenes look at the Hooten's Arkansas football compound. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the games. Let's get started with the 7A game of the week for Hooten's Arkansas football. We'll take a look at it right there. It is Fayetteville going out of state to Texarkana. Last year, this was a heck of a game, Thomas. I expect the same tonight.
Absolutely. Last year it came down to the final play. Fayetteville comes up short, and they're really not going far out of state. I think it's, a mile over the Texarkana border. But this should be a great game. Texas High is a good football team. Fayetteville has a great offense. Hank Hendricks is one of the best quarterbacks in the state, and coming from Texas. So he's got something to prove this week. If this offensive line can protect him, I look for some big numbers out of him.
Yeah, I expect a lot of points. I think both teams are going to score some points. I love Hank Hendricks and that offense, the receivers, the running backs. They've got a really good team. That 7A West is going to be so much fun week to week.
I think the 7A West, the tide has shifted from the Central, other than Bryant. I think it's the 7A West. The powers have gone back. You remember 15 years ago when it was just 7A West, they just come down here to Little Rock to play War Memorial for their conference championship, which was the state championship. And the Central teams would maybe get to the the semifinals if they were lucky. But no, I think you got Fayetteville and Bentonville, Rogers. Those teams in the West are absolutely. They're really tough.
I got to throw in Harbor and what they've done.
Yes.
Weeks.
Coach Danauer is a former offensive lineman. I actually played in the All-Star game with him back 22 years ago, and he was a monster. And so he was the offensive coordinator at Bentonville for years. And so this is his first year, and his first win came against Tommy Tice, with a guy with over 300 wins. So his first win came with which is kind of crazy.
Shouldn't leave out Bentonville West either.
Bentonville West. Yes, they came down here to Cabot and beat the brakes off of them. Yeah. And they were 6 yards short of beating Greenwood.
All right. Well, let's get back to Fayetteville, Texarkana. Out last year. What do you expect? Who do you think pulls out on this one? Give me a pick.
We're going Fayetteville, but Texas teams, they've already played an extra game, so they're 3-0. Fayetteville's 2-0. They start a week earlier in Texas, and so we're going Fayetteville in a high shootout game. The winner's going to get 50.
Wow. I honestly thought you were going Texarkana on this one.
No, I'm going Fayetteville.
All right.
In a revenge factor. Dang. They're the only Texas team we're going with this week.
I didn't want to agree with you. I was wanting to argue with you, but I had already picked Fayetteville. I think they get their revenge. I think they're better than they were last year. Mm-hmm. And I think Fayetteville goes down to Texarkana and gets the victory.
Now, there's another team going to Texas. PA goes to Highland Park this week, which is a huge game. I don't know if you remember 2015, Highland Park had gone on a 17-year home winning streak. I was actually the quarterback coach on that team, and we went and ended their streak at home. They hadn't lost in 17 years. It was actually Lane Hatcher's first game as a starter,
Wow.
which is crazy. And so that was the last time. So Highland Park is going to be angry about that. They're going to want revenge, and I think they probably get it done this year.
Yeah, it's going to take a massive effort from Pulaski Academy to beat Highland Park. They're going to have to play a very clean game, and
it's tough.
It'll be an eye opener. I'll say that if PA goes down there and gets it done.
Oh, if PA goes down there and win, it'll be definitely an eye opener. They're on their backup quarterback.
Yeah, let's take a look at the 6A game of the week for Hooten's Arkansas football. You got North Little Rock and Catholic. That's turned into a nice little game across the river, back and forth. I got to think though, right now when Brad Bolding's first year, North Little Rock still a year or two behind. I like Catholic in this one.
I do too. Catholic though won on the last second Hail Mary against Texarkana at home. They had to win it at War Memorial with 1 second remaining. They had to win it, and they went to Texas and played in Dallas Stadium, the Cowboy Stadium, last week or 2 weeks ago, and lost by a couple touchdowns. But it was a good game. It was against a really good physical team. But I looked at Catholic to win this game.
Yeah, I don't think it's a blowout. I don't think it's like a sportsmanship rule type game. I think. I think. I was talking with Brad Harris this week. Of course, the Benton North Little Rock game called at the half, but he said, you know what, they're much improved. They've got size on the line. And he said they're going to surprise some teams this year, and they're going to be a little better than you think they were going to.
They're going to win a game that they shouldn't, and you just hope it's for Catholic. It's not this week, but yes, they're well coached, but I think they're probably 2 years away.
All right,
from what he was doing at Parkview, at least.
Change to the 5A game of the week, and that is also the Buzz 103.7 The Buzz game of the week. They're going to be broadcasting that game, so if you're out and about driving around, you can listen to that on 103.7 The Buzz. Parkview goes to Benton, and how about that little run for Parkview? They had Bryant last week. This week it's Benton.
What they did, what happened last week, getting blown out by Bryant. I don't know if that's a gauge to judge how good they are, but they struggled on offense, and Benton is a very good defense. So we are picking Parkview at Hooten's, but I am not convinced. I'm actually thinking I was in the corner of Benton, so I got overruled by Barry. So I'm picking Benton.
This is a little different. Yeah, you go out on your own. If you want Benton, you stayed it.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I told Barry. Barry's been doing this for 30 years. He knows what he's doing. But I'm going Benton. I've seen him play in person. They've got a really good defense. They got a 3-year All-State quarterback in Drew Davis. It's just tough. I mean, so Parkview is just replacing 85 Power 4 offers, guys, from last year's team. It seems like. So they've got a lot to replace, and they're still finding where everybody fits.
Well, I'm going to go with Barry, and I'm going to go against you. I'm going to go with
You're going against, okay.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. Benton's got a couple receivers out. They're going to get one of them back for this game. Then I throw in the embarrassment of what happened last week to Parkview. And Coach Bobby Bolding's been on this group, and he is a defensive-minded guy. He was upset with what they did in the first half, made some changes, trying to simplify some things. He was on the Out of Bounds with me this week, and I said, you sound like Sam Pittman talking about the Razorback defense, simplify so they don't make as many mistakes and get lined up correctly. I think they fix those mistakes this week, and I think Parkview goes to Benton and wins the game.
Okay, so you're wrong too. Okay.
I love trash talk from Thomas. Okay. Trash. Let's move to 4A. The Hootens.com 4A game of the week. You got the Chickasaws coming to Little Rock to take on the Mills Comets, Blyville and Mills.
Okay. All right. So we're going Mills in that, and I'm also going to pick against Hootens. Against Graham right here. He's the one picking him. No, I'm Blyville is a team that is playing really well right now. Beat Brooklyn, who they beat last week. Gosnell? No, who did they? Oh my gosh! No, they beat Nettleton last week, and Nettleton's a good top 10 5A team, and Mills is without their quarterback Eli Moody. I've watched the second half when he went out against Osceola and they struggled offensively. So I'm gonna pick the upset in this.
Okay, wait. So Moody is still out? I thought they were
Moody's still
targeting
out,
this week.
huh?
I thought they were targeting for his return this week. Okay.
According to the coach, that he's probably sitting out this week, but
Okay.
and may
Well,
waiting
that
for
makes
conference.
sense.
But
It's a non-conference game. Get him ready for
yeah,
conference. That's what
yes,
really matters. You
yes.
know what? That sophomore class.
If he's in, it's a different story.
I agree. But I think that sophomore quarterback with some practice and some time to prepare looked better last week than when he did when
Yeah, he
he
did.
thrust into action. And I've been on Mills this week, and I even said on the show that they need to start faster because the first two games they started slow. Now they rallied and came back and won by several scores, but I think the
Yeah,
focus.
and they're not playing. They're playing some good teams. It wasn't like there's not. I mean, Osceola is a really good team. And probably just as many athletes they'll see all year in Osceola.
Well, let's disagree again. I'm going with Mills. I think they get it
Okay.
done. They get it done at home. That's what's going to happen. All right.
Well, we're going Mills at Hooten's. I'm just picking the upset because I'm feeling it.
All right. 3A game of the week.
DeWitt. So, Coach Hathcock, coming from Mineral Springs, first year coach, he's got him 1-1. So they got a good running back. They beat Star City. Humphreys and Brown did a really good job last couple of weeks. DeWitt lost to Jacksonville last week by a touchdown, I think it was. And so we're going DeWitt in this against a 3A McGee, but I think this should be a good game.
Yeah, I like McGee. You surprised me again that y'all went with DeWitt. Now, I know there's probably a size difference, numbers
Well,
difference.
I'm sorry, Corey Graham from DeWitt. I'm talking about the McGee guys, the first Brown and Humphreys. Corey Graham from DeWitt is the guy that everybody needs to be watching. He's a senior. I watched him his first game. He was a sophomore, and within 2 plays at Warren, he had a pick six and an 80-yard touchdown, back-to-back plays. And he's an athlete, and so he's going to be a tough one to stop.
It's going to be a great environment too. DeWitt's going to travel, and McGee. That's a fun place to watch a game.
Oh yeah.
I'm going with the home team. Y'all surprised me again with this pick.
You're going McGee, okay?
I am going McGee. I'm going home team on this one. I think that
when you get these higher classification matchups, is they're 50-50. Yep. We always try to I guess we go with the higher seed if they're 50-50 just by numbers, and the roster size.
All right, one more for us. The 2A game of the week. This is a good one. 2 top 5 teams. It's a rivalry anyway. Des Arc at Carlisle.
Oh man, this is our number 5 versus number 4 team in 2A. Carlisle's number 4. Des Arc's number 2. Des Arc just hammered Hazen a couple weeks ago. What was it, like 56-0? Carlisle, new coach Nick Smith. His dad is actually the head coach at Spring Hill. So it's in 2A also. So you got 2 2A coaches in the same family. But no, Gary Wilson, what he's done at Carlisle is awesome. I mean, they had to replace their quarterback who's come in, and now they're Air Carlisle. It's like, I mean, he's thrown like 6 touchdowns and thrown like 500 yards in 2 games. So this should be a really good game. It's probably one of the coolest environments there, around. We being a small stadium, there's gonna be people lined around the track. It's gonna be an awesome game. We're going with Carlisle, and so we'll see.
Well, I agree with you. I think you got this one right finally. I like that. I think Carlisle.
Air Carlisle.
Well, it does. It gives some smaller classifications. It gives those teams some troubles because, how many times you see in smaller classifications a team that's able to throw it around like that. And that's hard.
You remember last time the team that was thrown around was Hazen 3 years ago with Luke King, and no one could guard it. They were like unbeatable. They won the state championship, beat Carlisle in the state championship.
Yeah.
But I mean, because it's tough. I mean, you're defending against all these run teams, and then all of a sudden you got a team that can pass the ball. It's tough.
I think we disagreed on 4 of the 6. Is that right? Something.
4 of the 6. Okay, we got Fayetteville right.
Yeah.
You Benton and Parkview.
Yeah.
6A.
On that. We disagreed. No, we were both going with Catholic. We both went with Fayetteville, so we disagreed on 5A with the Benton Parkview game. We
Yeah.
disagreed on 4A. I went with Mills. You're going with
Uh-huh.
the Blytheville and
Yeah.
3A.
So
We
three
did,
out half of them.
yeah, three. That's
Yeah.
good. Well, I'll definitely.
And I disagree
pick
with
up
Hooten's
Friday night.
on two of them.
Yes.
I disagree with our guys on two of them. So really, Hooten's is one off. It's me is the other ones.
Well, I'll keep up with it on Friday night tonight. I'm going to be keeping a look at those scoreboards, seeing how we do, and it'll be fun for some of these.
It will be fun to see if I'm right. I will let you know if we're right.
Yes. We may have a lot of people watching this on Saturday just to critique our.
Oh yeah. Like they'll let me know. They'll let me know.
They'll let us both know.
Because I guess on the radio, on your radio, whenever you're wrong, I bet they call in quite a bit.
Oh yeah, they love pointing it out when I'm wrong.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I'm right, it's cricket.
You miss a name on a weekly write up, they're tweeting it out.
Yeah, but when you do something good, here it is. I got a sound effect over here. Where is that? That's what you get. Crickets when you're right. No one's talking about it. Thomas, good stuff, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll have to do this again sometime. We appreciate it, and great job with the coverage over there at Hootens.com.
All right, thanks a lot. I'll see you soon.
Oh, cut him off. Sorry about that. That was fun. We'll have to do that again and preview these games. And, of course, we're going to keep up with it and see how all the predictions go. Hey, enjoy your Friday night games, and we are going to be back here tomorrow. Got a little Razorback post-game show planned for you. Should be very exciting. So as soon as that game against Memphis finishes up, find me on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Be sure to watch. Make plans as soon as the game's over. I mean, we're going to go quickly. We're not going to wait for all the press conferences. I mean, it's going to be instant reaction and talk about this Razorback game against Memphis. Until then, be sure to come back. We'll have more sports.
All Arkansas